Hello,
Hi, Hella. Thank you for joining.
how are you?
I'm fine. How is your
Of
day?
course, thank you for having me.
Thank you.
It's good. It's been a busy week, of course, so I'm just trying to this weekend hopefully get some more sleep.
Actually, I'm recording the meeting. Is it fine for you?
Oh yeah, of course. Let me know. Do you hear me well?
Yeah, I'm hearing. Am I audible?
Yeah, I can hear you well as well.
Yeah.
Is
Uh,
it how long do we go? 15 minutes?
yeah, approx.
Okay, perfect.
Thank you. Uh, okay, then let's start with the moment everyone saw. When Mr. Modi walked past you in Oslo. Then, do you think he hear your question and choose to walk away, or do you think he did not hear?
I think I'm very certain that he heard my question. So because we weren't that far away and I have a very loud voice, so I'm very certain that when I raised my voice he heard my questions and he walked away, but he was already walking out, so I raised while he was walking out and he could have stopped and answered the question, but he chose not to, which is what I was expecting because he has not been taking any questions at a press conference in India the last 12 years.
Yeah. Norway is number one in World Freedom Index, and India is 157, sorry. How do you see this, and what this big gap mean?
That big gap means that journalists in India, as yourself, are facing a much more difficult media environment and working conditions, and that's really serious. Journalists in India could be killed at work, and
Yeah.
they're facing other repercussions than us in Norway that are very alarming. And that also that's why it's even more important that when the prime minister comes to European countries or even goes to other um, Western countries, Australia, the US as well, and also other Asian countries that have a better press environment for the press, it's very important that we try to challenge him abroad because I acknowledge that it's easier for me as a journalist in Norway to challenge him from this privileged corner of the world than it is for the journalists of India.
No, actually, report says that two or three journalists per year gets killed due to their work
Yes,
in India.
exactly, exactly,
Mhm.
which is alarming. And every journalist in the world should be able to do their job and try to report fairly and seek out the truth. And that's not the case in India. So that's why it's important, and also why I wanted to lift that specific subject this time, because I also recognize that it is the reporters of India that are the brave and that are will be able to try to seek the truth in the best manner and also have them knowledge and competence, region competence, of course, to do so. So yeah, I could really only lift the issue of press freedom and also see to or refer to international reports when speaking of human rights violations as well.
After that incident, you got a chance to ask question in press briefing. So you asked a very simple question that will Mr. Modi start taking critical questions from Indian press or not? Did you ever get a clear answer?
No, um, I think that MEA
Mhm.
at the press brief did not want to answer that question. And he went on and he talked for a long time about how great India is and what India has contributed to the world. I don't say that India is not a great country. India is a great country. You have contributed a lot to the world. I also see their circulations with when I said that, like, I love Indian food, I love yoga. And I said that also as like, it was kind of more like a pushback to what was going on at the press conference Monday night because they were the ones talking about yoga Monday night. So it's I do feel like some of the members of the press in India did want to try to frame me a little bit, and but it is what it is. But yeah, no, I'm on the evening. They didn't want to answer those questions. They took half of the question. So I asked them why we should trust India given the human rights violations, and in light of that, and in light of press freedom, and they um, wanted to ask about why they wanted to answer why we should trust India, but not talk about those very two important subjects. So, and I tried to get him to come back to track, but there was no no chance he was going to speak about that.
Okay. Then if you get a chance to ask your questions to Mr. Modi, what questions you would not miss to ask?
Since I have, uh, of course, tried to bring up press freedom,
Just freedom, yeah.
yes, I would literally go straight into that. Why is India an unsafe environment for journalists? How have you contributed to that, and how will you fix it? And can you commit to fixing it? If so, how? And what's the timeline? Because there are
Okay.
things that could be done to make it safer for journalists to do their job in India. But I don't think the prime minister has been interested in that. And during his 12 years as the prime minister, India has become a worse country to work as a journalist in.
Right. In this huge democracy, this huge populated country, it's a fear to have a leader who does not answer to their questions. Okay.
It's a complete madness because in any functioning democracy, there's a free press, and that
Yeah.
free press is is also going to be able to ask tough questions. So that's also why I asked my prime minister, Jonas Gahr Støre, why we refer to India as a democracy. Is not press freedom a vital part of a functioning democracy anymore? You know, during times like these, is that just something that we push aside because the world got so crazy? I don't think we should.
Yeah. And then what do you think? Why he walk away from questions? He do have fear or he that's a plan?
I can't speculate on whether or why he doesn't take questions, or um, whether there's fear of questions, or whether he just does not see it as a vital function. But I do, of course, it's just a tendency in general. In general, I'm sorry, it is a tendency in general that leaders um, of autocrat. I'm sorry, the English word is a little
Uh,
autocracy. Wait, I'm gonna Google it to just make sure I say the right word.
okay.
Yes, so it's a autocracy maybe.
Yeah, yeah,
um, but it is in general, some leaders in the world prefer to be very powerful
yeah,
and not have to hold themselves accountable. And I reject that premise when a world leader wants to come to Norway and cooperate with our country. We want to grow our economies together, and we want to try to solve some of the very pressing issues on climate change together as well. And yeah, it's therefore so important with questions.
Do you know about a revelation happening now? That is Cockroach Janta Party. Did you hear
Oh,
about
I've
it?
heard of this. Yes, but
Ah,
I
yeah.
have not been able to look into it. But uh, I've seen some accounts that also tried to connect me with them. Can you give me a brief explanation what's
Yeah.
going on?
Our CJI, Chief Justice of India, remarked that youths are like cockroach. They are not living on their own, and they are always depending on someone other. It's a meme type of thing. So they created a page on Instagram X. So government banned after getting 1 million plus follower on X.